on this computer. Okay. Oh, and there's Jessica. I'll let her in. Okay, so we're officially recording now. So this morning's coaching and coffee. Our topic is 21 questions commonly asked by customers, coaches, or like potential customers, coaches. So people who haven't signed up yet, either as a coach or a customer, or people who just signed up and just have questions. So we're going to go through kind of some ways to best answer these questions to make sure that you feel well equipped to answer them. So first of all, in the comments, I would like you to shout out someone on your team for something amazing that they've done recently. And that could be someone who's here or not here recording it, so I'll read them out loud anyways. But for our recognition, I want you guys to try to shout someone out. So just right now in the comments, let's see if I can pull up my own comments so I can read them.
I can't even find how to get the comments out of here. The heck?
I wonder if I can't do it on screen share. Do you think?
Yeah, I can't. Oh, I can see the chat, but it's like, oh, here we go. Got it.
I'm jealous. How did you find it? I'm still like, oh, weird.
Aw, thanks, Shannon.
So proud of you.
Okay, cool. Aw,
All the love.
thanks, Mel. Yeah, Shelly's been doing good too. Yeah.
Oh, there's Courtney. Let her in. All right, so I'm going to read some of these out because we can't read them on the recording. So we've got Shanique says Kim for posting a workout clip. Mallory also shouting out Kim. I've been loving the posts all week. Sabrina said Jamie for showing consistently on her feed for so long. I shouted out Shelly and her team in Norway House for helping find weights for the community because that's so amazing. You can't buy weights up there, so she's trying to arrange for weights to be sold using like Canadian Tire. It's crazy. She's doing so good.
That's crazy.
Jessica for starting to show up more on her stories and wanting to work towards Diamond. Miranda for staying consistent on her stories, AF. Sabrina getting back into her groove and wanting to rock her coach biz. Mallory for sharing more and more and hopping on these calls. And Shanique for being a great mentor. And Gabby for also showing up on her stories as well. Woohoo! Okay. And now I'll say Courtney for being a brand new coach. I know she's in here somewhere. I just can't find her right now. I let you in. There we go. Oh, she has her video off. Okay. Next. Okay, before we start. So I, again, thought of 21 questions, but I want you to take a minute, write down, and you can write them right into the chat if you want to. But write down questions that you had when you were thinking about signing up, either as a coach or a customer, or questions that you get asked as a coach when people are thinking about signing up. So just take a minute, and as you think of common questions or even little questions that you had that you remember asking, some common ones are, how much is it? That's actually gonna be question number one. But questions that you had, or I live in an apartment, can I still do these workouts? Like things like that. So what are some questions you've heard or that you yourself asked or wondered? I'm gonna write, Shelly's texting me, so I'm gonna write her questions down here too. Oops. There we go. All right, keep those coming. Keep writing them in here. Perfect. I love them. So as you think of more as we go, keep adding them, because then I'll make sure that we come back if they're not already addressed in the ones that I thought of. Because those are all really good. Okay, so here are the first few that I thought of. And feel free to like take some notes or watch this back to take some notes on how I would answer these things. And Shanique, and like if you guys want to hop in and say something, feel free. Please do. Yeah, okay, awesome. So keep them coming. Question number one that a lot of us get right away. So you're talking to someone who's like watching your stories and likes what you're doing, and then the first thing that they ask is how much is it? Answer them, but I always try to build the value first. Something about when you feel confident about the price, then so are they. So when someone says, how much is it? I normally just make sure that they know what they get. Because if you just said $186, whatever they're perceiving in their head, like if they just think that they get workouts for $186, or like they're already going to be like, ooh, that's a lot of money, because the gym membership is $40 for a month. So you have to make sure that you build it first. So they'll say, oh, how much is it? And I'll be like, well, when you register, I just like tell them what they get. So when you register, it's for an entire year. So you're just paying once for a year. I make sure I say that first, and even capital letters sometimes to make sure they pick up on it. I used to say annual membership, and then I realized that that's not as powerful as saying pay once for a year. Just break it down. So you pay once for a whole year. And so you get access to every single workout program. Go check out my Instagram highlights. Like I have a few on there. Sometimes I'll say that depending on who they are. And then as well, you get 2 full nutrition, like video courses, and some hard copy materials that come with them. So you get the tracker and you get the portion containers. As well, you get access to our apps and our community and our boot camps. Plus you get a free month of supplements. So you can choose either an all natural pre-workout and a protein, or you can get Shakeology, which is a dense nutrition powder that I use for smoothies or power snacks. As well, right now you can theme your pack and then just say whatever the themes are for like the best deals, like the most popular ones. So right now I just mentioned MBF and 9 Week Control Freak, because those are like, I think, the 2 best themed ones. So, but stick to it, what you know, right? Like if you're doing bar and they're watching you do bar, talk about that. Be like, go get the bar themed pack with the like affirmation cards and socks or whatever you want. And then I say, so all of that, just pay once for the year, it's $186. And then sometimes I'll even say, which is insane because I used to pay that for a month at Spin. And as soon as you like relate it back, or which is crazy because I used to pay $40 a month and that was just for my gym membership, which added up to this much a year. So I just like to make a comparison at the end to like put it into perspective, because $186 is so cheap when you think about it, even $40 a month at the gym, or yeah, like a month of Spin. I did that once and I was like, that, like, and it's so funny because I like, like I'm kind of frugal. So I'm like, if I can't pay for a month of Spin because it hurts my soul, like that's the comparison that I use. Just because I know, I'm like, oh man, like I paid up for a year of Beachbody. I don't think I can do Spin. I'm just gonna buy myself a bike and do it at home. Like that's my attitude though, frugalness. But so that's how I explain how much it is. Yeah. So I answer them, I give them the price, but I make sure they, like I break down what they get first, because there's a lot of misconceptions about what you get when you sign up. Number 2, and feel free to interrupt me at any time, you guys, or type in the chat. Number 2, I don't have all the weights and equipment you do. And someone else wrote here, like, what equipment will I need? Can I still do them? So when I'm doing Lift 4, for example, and you see me lifting heavy every single day, that's when I see this question or like objection the most, because people are like, oh, I don't have all that equipment. And then I'm like, oh, like you actually don't need all that. Like I have that and I'm doing Lift 4. But when I first started, so I always relate it back to like my own story. So I would say, oh, don't worry about it. Like when I first started, I had a pair of 5-pound weights. And that was perfect for like a year. Like that's all I needed. When I did 21 Day Fix, I had my pair of 5s and that's all I had. And it was perfect. And then I'll be like, they're like $1 a pound. So just go to a store $10 and you have your weights, you're good to go. I bought mine from Canadian Tire. But make sure they know that they don't need that. Or I'll say something like, there's actually programs that don't require anything. Like you can do T25, you could do bar, you could do Transform 20 without a step. You don't even need a step really. So I'll just reassure them that they don't need equipment. Or if they say, what equipment will I need? I'll say, well, the program I'm going to start you with, you just need a pair of fives. And because normally I refer people to 21 Day Fix, if that's the case, right? Yeah, so that's kind of how I go about that one. So make sure they know that they don't need all the stuff that you have. Like, I'll be like, dude, I've been working out for 4 years and I've like slowly acquired all of this stuff. I didn't start with it. We all start with nothing. All right, number 3, I'm celiac or I have an allergy. So depending on what their allergy is or whatever, you can Google it first of all, but they've probably already done that and you get like weird results because it's Google. My go-to resource is the Dynasty team page because you hear from actual humans who have these things and talk about their experience. So I go to the Dynasty team page, search bar, and type in like severe celiac and then see what pops up. And then people will be like, oh, I have it. I can do vegan vanilla perfectly. I once had a reaction to the whey cafe latte. Like people will like tell you what they experienced. So I just refer back, even screenshot it and send it to them. And I'll just be like, here's some coaches who have what you have, like here's what they did or that kind of thing. But normally what I've noticed is vegan vanilla is safe for everything. Plus it's delicious. So if they are worried about any kind of allergy, I would just say vegan vanilla because it's like the most plain stripped down. It's like pea protein. They're not going to have any kind of reaction to that. It's vegan. It doesn't have any of the dairy. It doesn't have the lactose. Like normally that's your go-to. But again, if you want that confidence, Dynasty team page, type it in and get it. Same with peanuts and stuff or whatever their allergies are. Normally vegan vanilla is vegan flavors in general are good, but the vegan vanilla is the safest for all those kind of things. And if they had any kind of reaction or anything like that, like there's that money back guarantee, so they can just return it and they tried. But from what I've read and from what I've experienced with customers, I've never had anyone have any kind of reaction when I suggest vegan vanilla. So, and I always say like, do a half scoop, see how you feel, but you should be fine because here's what other people have said. So just give them that confidence from like actual human beings, not just Google. And other supplements like Energize is safe, vegan, Recover is safe. So just stick with vegan things. If they have any kind of like allergy, stick with vegan and you'll be fine. Number 4, I'm recovering from an injury. Is there a program I can do? I would suggest Bar Blend for recoveries or PiYo. People love PiYo still. I personally am not coordinated and can't do PiYo. Well, can't's the bad word. I've never given it a fair shot because it's so hard for me because I'm not coordinated. But Bar Blend would be a good one for recovery. Or tell them just to do any program and follow the modifiers. Like no shame in modifying, try it out, modify it because it all depends on what their injury is. Or do this program, but take it easy on the leg days if it's a knee injury or whatever. But ultimately, just like rehab, like the more they modify and they build muscle memory, they will get better at it. So you want them to still kind of like, don't just give up on the workouts and say, oh, I can't do this because I have a bad knee. It's like, actually your body needs to rebuild and like get your knee stronger. So just modify, and eventually you'll be able to modify less. So still encourage them to do movement, just like physiotherapy, just like any activity. Number 5, I don't have a regular schedule. So someone else posted that here. We get that a lot from nurses or shift workers, right? And just tell them you can, it's just harder. Just be honest. You know what, it's harder. You're gonna have to figure it out for yourself, like what works best for you. I posted in my challenge group the other day, I had Celine do a little write-up about being a nurse and how she makes it work with her 12-hour shifts and her evening shifts. But basically she has a routine for every kind of shift she could have at this point, but it took her a while to build that. And I would just refer them. I'd be like, you know what, we have a lot of nurses and I will like refer you to them to you, like, so you can talk to them about it if you want to. And like Celine's my go-to nurse. So I'm like, hey Celine, she has this question. Can you help out? So like connect with another coach who has that schedule and who's doing it well and see kind of what they do. But definitely reassure them, be like, yes, of course you can. Like that's the magic of these programs. It's on your own time. So whenever you have even 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, the purpose is just consistency. And if you're working a stretch of long hours, just focus on your nutrition. And then once that stretch is over, go back to workouts, like whatever works best. But just try to talk it through with them, and then reach out to your resources, like Celine. Number 6, do I have to live where you live? I've got that one a lot. No, we have people from everywhere. And just reassure them, like there's people from all over the States, the UK, France, like all over Canada. It doesn't matter where you live. It's all virtual for the most part. And then any live get-togethers, you'll find people near you whenever COVID's gone. 7, do I have to post on social media? A lot of people think that they have to do exactly what you do as a coach. So just reassure them that no, like you're going to be put into an app where you can post, but it's a private app and it's optional. You don't have to post your pictures or anything in there. I just do that as a coach to inspire other people, but you definitely like don't have to. You can just go in your basement and show nobody and no one has to know.
Yeah, I had to do that one for my friend Andrea, who was just like, I just want the workouts. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm like, but you know, when you get your on demand for your workouts, you have this community that you can utilize that's going to have like all these amazing like tips and just support and stuff like that. And she's just like, yeah, but I'm like, no, it's like, so we'll join you into the group. You don't have to do anything. Like you don't have to respond. You don't have to participate. You don't have to post. I said, but that the app is going to help you log your workouts as well, that you won't. And then you'll see, like, if you want to check it out, all the other little beneficial things that, you know, that you're not going to see everywhere else, right? Because it's specifically just to the group. It doesn't go out to anybody else. And so she's like, okay, fine. Like if I don't have to. So I'm like, no problem. She's in there commenting and posting and like,
yeah, people just get nervous because they're like, social media, I don't want to. And you're like, no, it's like our own little world.
yeah. Oh, good, you're good.
Yeah. Number 8, can I just try out the workouts first? So Beachbody on Vimo has all their like sample workouts. So it'd be like, hey, definitely what kind of workouts do you like? And then Vimo, whatever style, and send it to them. I have like a PDF, like my Sweat Studio, my free Sweat Studio PDF that I send out. But it's just easy, like what style of workouts do you like? And then send them a couple sample workouts. That's totally fine. Some people ask if there's a free trial. There is, like the 14-day free trial, but you still have to enter all your card info. And if you don't cancel it in time, you get charged for the quarterly membership, which is almost like it adds up to be more than the annual with the challenge pack. So I just kind of say like you can, but like make sure that we're canceling this before it charges you, because it'll save you a lot of money. And then I kind of break down the cost of like quarterly versus their challenge pack. And a lot of times people are just like, you know what, just sign me up. It's too much work. And I'm like, I know it's too much work to have the 14-day free trial in my mind. Cause I'm just like, I don't want to worry about that stuff. Like the whole canceling and then but yeah, send them free workouts. Number 9, can I just get the workouts? So they don't want the supplements. They don't want to try Energizer, Recover, or Shakeout. I say yes, but, and then I break it down. It's $120 versus $186. And $120, you get a login. Like you get a username and a password, right? Or for $186, you get a package in the mail with supplements, hard copy, recipes, materials, your nutrition course, things, your equipment, like your bod rope, or, you know, so it just doesn't make sense to me. And I just tell them that. I'm like, 120 for a login or 186 for everything. What you think about that? And a lot of times when I break it down, they're like, yeah, okay, just sign me up for the challenge pack.
So and I think also letting like, I don't know, amping up the excitement of actually getting things in the mail, and like you're getting all of the things, you're going to be so excited. Like it's just because, yeah, it's like if you just sign up and that's it, there's no kind of anticipation of your stuff coming in and having physical copies of things and supplements, and it's also exciting.
Yeah. I'm like, it was Christmas morning when it arrived, and you're like, unboxing. Like, who doesn't like an unboxing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my response to that one. Okay, what is Shaco, Energize, Recover? Because sometimes when you just say those things, they're like, what? So make sure that you explain, like, all of our products are like top-notch quality, especially in Canada, because our quality standards are so high here compared to the States. Sorry to all my American friends. But it's top quality, and just be like, it's the best out there. Your Energize is 3 ingredients derived from green tea, and it's like used by Ironman. Like, it's the official, like, it's the only pre-supplement that's accepted by Ironman, because it's just all natural, good to go. It's not going to give you like those crashes or crazy, like, my skin's melting off and my liver shutting down feelings that the Popeyes ones do. And then Recover, same thing. It only comes in chocolate because it's the only flavor that they can create right now naturally without adding shit in it. I always say, if you're like pre-workout tastes like Sour Patch Kids, it's because it's basically Sour Patch Kids. Like, you're drinking sugar. If you Recover, it tastes like cookies and cream, because you're basically eating a chocolate bar right now. Like, it's not good. Like, let's not do that. And then Shaco, send them that video I posted, or that Super Saturday posted of Darren Orlean. Send them some of those just to give them a good idea. And I think having Darren on that show with Zac Efron really gives it some credit too. So yeah, just like, Shaco's amazing, here's why. But say why you love it and why you use it. The more authentic you can be, the better. So I always say, I hate lunch. I hate, like, it's my least favorite meal to prep for in the whole world. Shaco's my lunch. Other people feel that way about breakfast or about snacking at night. Like, Shaco's my good, like Autumn. Autumn Calabrese herself saves her Shaco for nighttime, because that's when she's snacky and that's when she has her Shaco. So use it for yourself. Like, cured my brain fog. I didn't come home from a day of teaching starving and grumpy because my Shaco like kept me good. Just tell your own story about it. 11, I already have a pre-workout and a protein powder. Can I just get the workouts? Kind of just what we already talked about. I'd be like, you could. However, your stuff is crap. Just kidding. Don't say that. My number one story is that Leland drinks, or not drinks, used to drink. It's this pre-workout called Mammoth Pump, and it was from Popeyes. And he went to the doctor, and the doctor had him come back the next day, like, called, and we're like, oh my God, like, what's wrong? Like, we were nervous, because the doctor never calls you and says to come back the next day. Yeah. His liver enzymes, it looked like he was heading into liver failure. And then it was determined it was his pre-workout. Like, that shit's not good for you. So anyways, and I would explain too, if you ever watch trainings on this stuff, but supplement stores aren't regulated. Like, they don't have to list their ingredients on their packages. They don't have to list like the quantities. Like, they can put on their packaging whatever they want. Like, they don't have to list everything and tell you what's all in them. It's craziness. So at least with your Energize, you know exactly what's in it and where it's derived from, and actually what country the ingredients are coming from. Anyways, I digress. But just tell them, you know what, it comes with it. Try them out. They're all natural and probably like a much better quality than what you're ingesting now. But just be like, it's free in the challenge pack. Just try them. That's normally what I choke it up to. Keep it simple. It comes with it. You might as well. Number 12, can I do these workouts at the gym? Yes, you can. And I used to say, like, I have like coach friends who always take it to the gym just so they can lift heavier. But since gyms are closed right now, I just say I had friends that used to do that. But they can, if they want to lift heavy, take them to the gym, work in the green grass space. That's where Britt used to always take her workouts, just to get out of the house, but still do them. 13, I live in an apartment and I can't be loud. I would just suggest low impact workouts. I just don't do anything too crazy. But I would just be like, yes, lots of girls do, because a lot of girls do. You just have to figure out, not like, don't do T25 where he has you doing freaking like, you know, like when you're giving her, like you're jumping around like crazy. Just say low impact stuff. Even 21 Day Fix, just low impact, like on your tippy toes, or put your yoga mat down and be on your yoga mat, even when you're running, like jogging in place, things like that. 14, do I have to work out every day? I'm very busy this time of year. Or they'll say, I'm busy, I can't do a workout every day. Be like, that's fine. Like, there's some workout programs who have rest days, right? Like Lift 4 is only 5 days a week. or like there's programs that are designed that way. Or I suggest MM100 because it's not about doing the workouts every single day. It's about completing 100 workouts. So often I'll lead with that, and I'll be like, you know what, there's a 100 workout program where it doesn't matter what day you do them or what order, as long as you finish all 100 of them eventually, like that's your challenge. So just reassure them it doesn't matter. Just don't do 21-day fix, because she'll say it's Thursday, and if it's not Thursday, you feel like weird about it, you know? Sunday yoga, and if it's like Tuesday, you're like, this feels weird. So programs like that, I would just avoid.
It does feel a little weird for sure, because I know like that's what we used to do, like because we would get busy, right? So, and I've been like, for one of my other friends, she was like, well, I can't do it every day, and I'm like, well, you don't have to. Like if you can only do like 3 out of whatever, or whatever your schedule works for you, just do your days and follow what it tells you. And if you're doing like 21-day fix or something where she's like, it's Thursday, I'm like, just kind of ignore that. Like, it's going to feel odd, but you know.
Yeah, or I have people wait. Like if they missed a couple days, they'll just wait till the next week to hop on to the next week.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I also like relate it to my story and say like, oh, I totally understand. I was in the same boat when I first started. I was a busy student, and I just made sure I started with 3 days a week, and then I kind of just built it up to what I felt I could manage, and just, yeah, making them feel just normalizes.
Yeah. Yeah. So reassure them it's fine. 15, can I stream the workouts on my TV? Yes and no. I say it depends what TV you have. It really depends on what TV and what country you're in, because the States is better at it than we are. So it depends what TV you have. But say if you have like a new Apple TV or a new Fire TV or a new Fire Stick, 100% there's an app for it. Otherwise, some TVs, like some Rokus, will let you like from your phone mirror it onto your TV. But then I always say worst case scenario, just plug your laptop in with an HDMI cord to your TV. That's what I was doing up until I got my Fire Stick. So the answer is depends on what TV you have. And then just reassure them if they have any kind of app device, it should be fine. Otherwise, their phone might stream or use an HDMI cord, but you can Google it. Google's pretty good at like telling you what it works with, like the Beachbody FAQ when you Google it. So I'm going to close participants because I think no one else is coming here. Oh, Chromecast. Or Jamie says I use Chromecast. Number 16. Okay, so why sign up as a coach instead of a challenger? Why does it need my SIN? So a lot of times, I know I do this, I'll just recommend that people sign up as a coach right away because they save 25% off of their products, and it's easier to sign them up as a coach than it is to have them do it later and get reimbursed, because some people get freaked out by the reimbursement process. And I'm like, I swear it, like it won't even charge you, or it'll charge you at the same time. But some people are turned off by that. So sometimes it's easier just to do it right off the bat. But then you get the question, why does it ask for my SIN? And the answer to that is because technically you can make commissions now. And if you were to make commissions, they have to report on that to tax people. Like it's just how the world works. So I just reassure them it's because if you sell something, you're going to make money. Or if you refer somebody, you're going to make money. But if you aren't actually working as a coach, it doesn't matter. You're not going to use it. Like no one's going to see that unless you actually start coaching. Luckily, we learned this at Super Saturday yesterday. They're changing it so you can be a customer, a preferred customer, or a coach. And you only need your SIN if you're actually going to coach. But until May, we still have to deal with why does it need my SIN? So
sometimes I voice note people about it too, just to make it more genuine and make sense, because I think they're just freaked out. And then I feel like I have to, voice noting at least sends a little bit more of that reassurance, I feel like.
I think so too. Yeah, because they're like, I'm signing up for a discount. Why do you need my SIN? And I'm like, technically.
I'm always like, don't worry, it's not going to do anything with it. It's literally just if you make money, just exactly what you just said, and just voice note that to them, and then they're like, oh, okay, no problem, sounds good. Usually, like I feel like I rarely get someone that's like, no, I don't want to do this. So
yeah, once you explain it to them and say that it doesn't do anything unless they actually decide to coach, they seem pretty fine.
Mm-hmm.
17, if I don't like the products, can I return them? Yes, Carl's all about his money back guarantee. So if they really don't like something, they can return it. The only thing is they have to pay for shipping back. So there is a cost there. So they'll get their refund, but they have to ship it back first. Okay, how do I change from a customer to a coach? I'll put these in the team page maybe, but I have a note in my phone that just has, if you go into your BB Links app, if you guys have that app, if you go BB Links and then you go to resources, I do believe, no, pages. Yeah, so if you BB Links, pages, and then membership registration, it has like the coach, I don't know if you can read that, it's probably too bright, it has a coach membership one, and it's tagged to your coach ID number. So I send them that link and then I send them the reimbursement form at the same time. Yeah, and I just have it in a note in my phone. So anytime someone's changing from a customer to a coach, I can easily send it without having to refind everything. But it's easy. And then I just say like, yeah, it'll charge you, but then you can get reimbursed. Yeah, so BB Links, pages, and then underneath the membership registration. 19, can I change the flavor of my products? So I always like to tell people, like pretty soon, I think it's in one of my videos actually, that you can go in and change the flavor and the date that it charges you. Because some people like that because they know they get paid on this day, and then they change the date to this day so that it gets, like they can change that. So the answer is yes. You go into coach or like your Team Beachbody login, click your name, my orders, it shows you all your orders, and you just hit edit. So you can edit the flavor, you can edit the packaging style, and you can pull up the little calendar picture and then like pick the date on the calendar that it ships to you. And you can change it every month if you wanted to. Like if you wanted to delay it a month or like change it by a week, or if you know that right now shipping is so far behind that you want to move it backwards a week because you know you actually won't get it until 2 weeks later. You can do that easily. Just log in and go to my orders and change it around. What program should I do first? Okay, beginners, Clean Week is what I always tell them to do. Clean Week first. It's a week long and it's a good intro program. And Megan talks about the other programs.
I've never done that one.
Yeah, it's only 1 week and it's by Megan before she was famous for MBF.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's when I tell people, or if people ordered 9-week Control Freak, for example, and they need the equipment to do it, I just say like, until your equipment comes in, don't do nothing. Like, don't just hang out for 2 weeks, like still start today. And then I'll say to do normally 21 Day Fix, Clean Week. Those are like my 2 programs that I normally refer people to, because 21 Day Fix is half an hour, 3 weeks. It's just, I like how it's set up. And then you don't need anything extra for it. So Clean Week, or they do Clean Week twice, or a Clean Week and then play around with some MM100 or something. But yeah, kind of ask them like what their fitness level is, but normally I go 21 Day Fix or Clean Week.
Do you ever recommend the UV2 to anybody?
I haven't, because I didn't do it. And I only recommend programs I've done, which is most of them. But
Yeah.
that one just didn't strike my interest, so I never did. But
No, it, like I've been saying before when I've done it, because Shan put it in our little calendar for Christmas. So I was like, what? I've never even, like I've seen it, but I've never clicked. So I did one, and then
It's really weird. It's a weird one. I wouldn't recommend it to people. It's so
no,
weird.
it is weird for sure. But I'm thinking like if if there's anybody older that has probably more knee problems and doesn't really do much fitness, that actually gets them going.
Yeah.
Because I even had like Marlena's like, what are you making me do today? And I'm like, oh no, we're gonna do this. She's like, what? And I'm like, he's funny. It's actually quite entertaining. He reminds me of Richard Simmons. And I know it looks like you don't do much, but my heart rate actually got up a lot higher, like doing the little dance moves that he wants us to do, than what we would have done before. And everybody is, I don't know, it just seems like a good, very beginner workout for people.
I like that the cast is also not like Autumn Calabrese's body, just abs and intimidating. Like they're all just, like you can tell it's very much geared towards people that are maybe possibly starting on a fitness journey. So I can understand. I just think he also I get kind of weird vibes from him. But anyway.
Yeah, well, totally. But that's where the whole Richard Simmons thing comes into, right? So you'd have to like totally like, so you know the old dance routines in the 90s, like this is kind of what that is. It will work. It will get you, because he does a lot of the same footwork steps for his stuff as like Autumn does sometimes, right? So it could be like if they're super beginner and I haven't done a workout in 25 years and now I'm 52 and I need to get back into it, but that looks a little intimidating. So
I actually have to agree with you. I had my cousin here who's a cancer survivor, and she hasn't worked out in a long time, and she's visiting from another country, and I just had her, trying to move around, and I put one of the YouTube, and she liked it. She actually did like it a lot.
Yeah, like I had fun. You have to get over the whole I think it's a great beginner workout for people who just haven't done much, right? Like if like, yeah, you're right, like a cancer survivor, people who haven't done anything for a very long time, and it's just, you want me to do MBF and do burpees and you want me to what? Like even though they show like modifiers, right? Sometimes they don't focus on the modifiers enough for somebody to find out what they need to do, so then they get lost. So,
and I think this is where all of our own coaching styles can come into this, because be genuine to you and what you know. Like if you're recommending programs you've never done, then that's kind of, just do what feels right for you. If it worked well for you for this, then recommend it. And I think that's where we can all we all kind of have our different styles or different ways that we go about that process, and there's no right or wrong, as long as you, I think that.
I was just wondering if anybody had like recommended it to anybody, because since you like had
you brought it up, maybe we will.
I just thought it was interesting. I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. Like if you just want to not really do something, but it's only like half an hour long, like his workouts don't seem to be too long. And he also does the Brazilian butt lift stuff, right? Like that's the instructor who does the Brazilian butt lift workouts. I've never done those ones.
I tried and I couldn't handle him, so I quit it in like
yeah, he's a bit much.
maybe 5 minutes. All right, we're on our last one. How do I log a workout? Join the app. A lot of the times we, or maybe it's just me, sign them up, send them the invite to the app, and then just think that they'll figure it out. I get more questions about this than like now I realize I have to actually explain it to people. So make sure you say, like in the Beachbody app on your phone, there's a button that says groups, and then there's a button that says tracking. Just from a reminder to explain that to people, because it's not second nature for everyone to just go explore an app and figure out how to do stuff. So yeah, I would just tell them how to do that right off the bat, because sometimes like I felt bad. I got a message from Piper. She's one of my challengers who started just recently, like by like the end of like 2021. And yeah, she messaged me like, how do I track a workout? And I felt so bad because I was like, you've been killing it for 2 weeks. And I just assumed, like, I didn't even realize that you weren't tracking in there because you didn't even accept the invite because you didn't know how. And I was like, oh, I feel bad. So make sure that we're just making it a little easier for that. Okay, I'm gonna read some of these questions from you guys that I didn't answer. So can I drink the shakes and stuff while pregnant? Well, let me speak from personal experience here now. The answer is yes, but you have to like be knowledgeable. So Shakeology is a vitamin. Like it is extremely nutrient dense. So from what I do and what I've learned from talking to doctors and other people is if I have my Shako, I don't have my prenatal, but I have my folic acid. So if I have Shako and my folic, and then other days I'll just take my prenatal. And then I try to alternate both because I want to get the best of both worlds. So the answer is yes, but you don't want to have your Shakeology every single day with your prenatal, because then you're getting too much of certain vitamins, which I'm sure isn't like harmful, but I mean, too much of anything can sometimes not be the best. So just for myself and what I've gone through, I like to play it safe. So I do either Shako and prenatal, or Shako or prenatal, and then always take my folic with my Shako. And doctor was cool with that. She didn't even recommend a prenatal to me because my like everything, all my blood work and stuff has been really good. So she only told me to take my folic anyways, but I'm me. So I'm still taking a prenatal sometimes and then taking my
Question for you, Annette. When you do take your prenatal, do you find that you get sick?
No,
No. Do you take it at bed, like at bedtime before you go to sleep?
I take it at breakfast.
And you don't get sick? I wonder if the Shakeology has something to do with that. Because I
think
know, no,
either, like I haven't had any sickness at all through my whole pregnancy.
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that with both my kids now, they're both 18 and 15, right? But when I took my prenatal with Zach, when I was 18 years ago, 19 years ago, I would get sick. So I would have to take it at night. So then I would sleep through kind of that nauseous period. But otherwise, I was fine. So I wonder if taking Shakeology has something to do with that, or if that's just maybe the way your body is, right? Because not everybody gets sick either. So
Yeah, I always feel bad when people are like, because now that I am pregnant, I get a lot of pregnant people messaging me, and they're just like, hey, like, what workouts did you do when you had like your morning sickness or whatever? And I'm just like, I'm so sorry. Like, I never had morning sickness. I can't relate. Like, I would feel queasy and I'd eat a beach bar and I was fine. Like, I don't know.
But I wonder if, like, because your nutrition, right? Like, your nutrition was so good before you got pregnant, even while you're going through all your treatments, that when you did, your body is more in line with what you need for it.
Hopefully, because I don't know what causes, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I can only speak from personal experience, but that's what I do. So the answer to that one, I'd say yes. And then Energize, I have as well, just less, because my doctor just said as long as I'm staying under 200 milligrams of caffeine. So that's like a cup of coffee or an Energize. But I kind of compensate, like I have half a scoop or a third scoop of Energize, just because I'm me and I want to be safe. So I'm just having less. And then I just don't drink coffee because I don't really care about coffee. I used to until Energize came into my life, and I loved it way more. I didn't have a crash or feel weird. Like coffee makes you feel yucky in like 2 hours, whereas Energize just makes me stoked all day. So I just kind of cut coffee anyways. But so yeah, it's safe as long as they're not overdoing it. Basically on everything. Just like I just had my Recover, that's fine. There's not enough caffeine in Recover. It's like 20 milligrams or something. Like it's not anything worrisome. But again, check with your doctor, because I did, and they were like, as long as you're under 200 milligrams, you're fine. So always just say check with your doctor, but I know people who have, like, that's kind of what I do too. Or although now I'll say, I do this, but check with your doctor. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not at my goal weight. Just for both of those, I speak from personal experience. So if they want to sign up as a coach, I'll be like, girl, I'm not a salesperson either. Like, I genuinely love what I do and share about it. Just like if you were to try a new spin class and say, hey, come with me next time, it was fun. Like, that's what I do is my job. Or I just like, I know how it changed my life immensely, so much that I feel the need to like let other people know it's possible. But you just have to say it authentically to you. And same thing with I'm not at my goal weight. I'm like, girl, I was 40 pounds heavier when I started this. So I started coaching the exact same day I signed up for my first at-home workout program ever. And I did that for my own accountability. So that's kind of what I say. Like, I just speak from my own personal experience. So me, neither. I was super shy, social anxiety, like this wouldn't happen. You grow. Like, as you go through the process, you grow into the person that can do that stuff. So just be genuine and explain those kind of things. Miranda, I remember being super hesitant about Shakeology. I was the opposite. I signed up for Beachbody because I wanted smoothies. I was like, I guess I'll work out too. Yeah, I signed up as a coach because I was like, I want that smoothie stuff. 25% off, deal. I'm a coach now, maybe I'll work out. And then it was so funny. I was opposite, but I remember being super hesitant about Shakeo. So just send them info on it. Again, Darren's videos. I love his like ingredient hunter video, things like that. And then just speak from your own personal experience. Like, say, I used to be hesitant too. Here's what I thought. Here's what I found. Like the whole feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. I felt the same way. I found that I didn't have the brain fog. I was going to the bathroom regularly. Like, whatever you got to say that like speaks to your truth.
I also with any sort of objection, just like always remind yourself, feel, felt, found. Like, I feel like that's always what Yeah, and obviously with Shaco, there's good resources you can send, but I feel like any objection is just like, how did you feel? What did you do? Like, yeah, I think that's just always a good referral, a good thing to refer back to is that feel, felt, found.
Yeah. Speak to your own truth, because that's all that you can really be authentic about. So tell your own story. What's the difference between Shaco, Recover, and Recharge? Why do you have to take them at different times? Okay, so
I will jump in a little bit more on that one because I didn't write fully.
okay.
So Andrea, I gave her a little bit of samples of each of everything that I had here because she wanted to know. And I had a bit of Shakeology, some Recover and Recharge. And she's like, oh, I really like the Recover more. It tastes better. She likes the more chocolatey one than the shake that you gave me. I'm like, well, the shake was vegan, the Recover's not. So I think that there might be a difference of taste there. I said, plus the shake is more dense nutrition, right? And I'm like, the Recover is good, but might have a bit more sugar in it.
I just say Recover is a protein shake. That's it. Like Recover is protein. It's for after a workout to help your muscles rebuild. End of story. That's Recover. Shakeology, you can take any time of day, and it's dense nutrition. Like it is all of your like superfoods, your vitamins, your minerals, your antioxidants, your pre and probiotics, your adaptogens. Like it's all the things in a powder that you don't get every day when you eat food, because you just don't eat all that in a day unless you're popping pills that cost you so much money. Like if you go and buy some goji berry, like no one does that. It's a dense nutrition powder. It also has protein in it, but it's not a protein shake. It is a dense nutrition shake. And Recharge is a protein shake, but the way that it's formulated, it works, like it activates when you sleep, and you're supposed to have it half an hour before you go to sleep. Because the way that the proteins in that one are activated, they do it while you're at rest, they repair. I don't know a lot about the science about how different proteins work, but that's Recharge. And it's only like the one formula, vanilla, because like that's how it is. And I love that because then I don't snack before bed. Like if I'm snacky, it's like having a vanilla milkshake before bed, and then I go and have a great sleep and wake up feeling great. So that's the difference.
Sometimes I'll mix my Recharge into like Greek yogurt too, and just have that as a bedtime snack. It's like, again, another good munchie when you want to like have a sweet tooth.
A sweet tooth, but it helps your muscles. So yeah, Recover and Recharge help your muscles rebuild. Just one's meant for right after a workout, within 20 minutes after a workout, and one's designed for while you sleep. So, but both of them are protein shakes, and one's vanilla because of that different protein thing, right? Like that's a guess. I'm like, can't Beachbody make like a normal Recover in vanilla flavor? So I don't have to wait till bedtime. But anyways, Mallory, I live on the fourth floor apartment and I still do the workouts. Yeah, exactly. And then Jamie said just to do soft landings. Oh, Sabrina said soft landings. Jamie said avoid like the heavy jumping.
I just do whatever I want, and I don't think there's anyone under me. I think it's the laundry room or something. And then I just hope. Haven't got a noise complaint yet.
Sabrina, I was a barf machine. Oh, Tiff, I was late. I'll watch the recording. That's okay, Tiff. It was mostly for your ladies that you said had questions. I think Tiff had to go. Bye, Tiff. Okay. Okay, so moving on from my slides. Maybe how do I do this again? Oh, right, I have to scroll. Okay, again, this is the same slide I had last week, but basically just let's chat. So is there anything in there that was helpful? Hopefully, again, I just try to think of questions that I knew I got often. And was it helpful in that format, or is that just too much information at once? Anyone?
I liked it. I thought it was very helpful.
Okay.
I feel like it was very helpful.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. Yeah, because I just feel like there's those questions that you're probably going to see often enough. I see Courtney's little one. Everyone, this is Courtney. She signed up yesterday. I was telling them, I was like, she's popping on and she might be overwhelmed because she literally just started.
Literally like not even 12 hours ago.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the party.
Yeah. Cool. What's up, guys?
How old is she, Courtney?
She's 2.
I only see like the top part of
Yeah.
the blonde.
So sweet. All right, we're gonna quickly do a round thing. I just want to hear one thing you're gonna do today, just so I can hear all your fabulous voices.
Say that again. Sorry, what did you say?
One thing you're gonna do today.
I don't know. I've sent some invites this morning, so that's good.
Not too
I just finished drinking this and I'm itchy and sweaty and ready to like work out. So I'm gonna go do that and then I'll probably do a work hour after that.
I was gonna say, whenever I have my Energize, I sweat.
I'm like, my hands are wet right now. I'm like ready to go. It doesn't help I'm wearing a sheep on me, so.
Wearing a sheet. Right,
I'm gonna get my workout in. We're gonna go skating again, I hope.
skating.
Yeah, so there's a trail that they've done kind of like this trail at the Forks, but they've done another one on the river just south of, like, you go down Ferry
Hi,
Road
Mom.
at the very end. And it's like
Here, I'll take you
super
up there.
pretty and super nice. So we'll hopefully go down to do that and then send out more invites and do more stories and connect with more people.
Right after this, Leland and I are gonna put shiplap up in the nursery because it's finally here. I'll get my whiteboard wall at the end of
Da
it.
mama, da mama, da mama, da mama.
Waving at her. Hello.
Like how we're all like waving.
Mallory, what are you up to today?
I am gonna look at my syllabuses today. I start my classes again tomorrow, so hopefully plan everything out, put it all on a calendar. And then today is rest day, but I think I'm gonna do some yoga later at some point. That's all I've got planned for today. Hopefully send out some invites. Yeah.
Pretty chilled. That's what Sundays are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Miranda, what are you up to?
I need to prepare for school that starts tomorrow, probably bake muffins, hang out with Tessa and have a relaxing day because it's the end of my winter break, so.
It's
Jamie, your turn. What's up, Jamie?
it's windy. It's a little bit.
Today's a rest day, so I'm probably going to do some stretching, and then I'll make sure that I get like a power hour
Yeah.
in, maybe 2. We'll see how adventurous I feel.
Courtney, what about you?
I'm gonna start my training videos today and then just hang out.
Nice. That'll be awesome. All right. Well, thanks everyone for popping on. Thanks for putting stuff away. And now we can go rock our Sundays and then rock our Mondays. We all love Monday. The mentality, guys. Monday's the best. Keep telling yourself that and it'll come true. Okay. Well, thank you. And yeah, keep in touch this week. And we'll see you on, if you can pop on to Monday's team call with Britt or Tuesday's team call with Success Clubbers. So it's in my calendar. I'm trying to make it my goal to show up to all of them, even though it's right around my supper time. So it's super inconvenient, but I'll figure it out. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.